What's up? So I just want to give my reaction to the Haney versus Garcia fight. Wow, really crazy, right? First of all, I don't think I made a prediction on that fight here. I told you guys Ryan Garcia was going to win. I told you. Nah, I didn't tell you that. I'm joking. Yeah. So going back, you could see I was saying Devin Haney was going to beat Regis. It was a little like an exhibition match. I was right about that, but this was shocking. This was a shocking upset, which is great to see in boxing. Garcia didn't make weight. There's a lot of talk now in the aftermath of this where they planned this out. They were going to weigh in at a certain weight, and Haney was going to hopefully keep his title by sticking to his weight because he's a professional. But the bottom line is he was having a rough time. Once he got knocked down, he didn't recover, and there was a lot of unanswered questions. Well, things that needed to be fixed in the corner. And Bill Haney, his dad, as you can see, I'm looking at some of these interviews with Floyd Mayweather. It's just embarrassing. I didn't know, honestly, Bill Haney's past and all that. You know, you don't judge a man so much by his past, but what the wheels have come off, it seems like, with his son, the loss. He's really, actually, I mean, this is just ridiculous conversations with Floyd Mayweather that he had. A lot of hostility there, but this all comes because he's panicking. His son lost, like with Tito Trinidad back in the days. He was trained by his dad. His dad never left his side. Are they going to have Floyd Mayweather come in? They should make up. He should make amends. Put away. Of course, he's proud, and he probably doesn't want. It's very hard for him to. He's probably so shocked. This is Haney's dad. You know, he's so shocked. Could he put his pride aside and have Floyd Mayweather come in and help? He should, because Devin Haney's an amazing fighter. Although that being said, he took a vicious beating. He was hurt so bad in that one knockdown. It was the first one where it didn't look like he was going to get up. Really good fighter. Ryan Garcia gets his props for beating him. I don't know. This is what boxing needed, because we need good fights. We need upsets. We need to stop seeing these exhibition fights. Just knocked my water over, damn. These corny exhibition fights, they're stupid. They're in my opinion, they're taken away from real boxing, legit boxing, great fights. This was a great fight. So boxing fans win, whereas Haney lost a lot because I think he took a beating. It's a lot out of his career. He got back up. He could have easily quit. He could have said, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to spare myself. I'm not going to continue to take this punishment. I can sit here and say, because I'm definitely on a Haney bandwagon in the past, I could definitely be unreal and just be like, it was a cheat move with the weight and all that. No, this is just strategy. It is what it is. He took a beating. He did. He took a beating. But, to Haney's credit, he hung in there. He's trying to come back, but he just doesn't. As Floyd Mayweather said, he doesn't know how to sit on his punches or turn them in a certain way where he can create more power. He needs a lot of help. There needs improvement. He's a great fighter. There needs to be some adjustments made in his camp for sure. Bill Haney should step aside. He should still be in his corner if he wants to, but he should definitely, if you can get a Floyd Mayweather in your corner, if Floyd Mayweather's willing to help him out in some way, anyway, in training, he should definitely take him up on that. Or he should definitely take Floyd in the corner. If Bill could just, I don't know, if it's a financial thing, he just doesn't want to up his purse and chisel in on his son's earnings. Haney, a lot of people are jumping the gun here. Oh, he's done. It's just one fight. We've seen fighters like Pacquiao face plant, got knocked out. By Marquez in one of their fights? He came back. So he could still come back. It's just one loss. Did take some beating. There's going to be some wear and tear there. Definitely, you don't physically recover from those devastating punches 100%. Never will be the same. But he's still really good. It's only one loss. One night, one defeat, a beating. He definitely took a lot of punches that he shouldn't have taken, but I think he can come back. And wow, these other fights coming up, Wilder on the undercard, I'm looking forward to that, but I'll probably make a separate video one-off for that one. But I predict, if anyone cares, I predict that Haney will be back. He still has his title. But Ryan Garcia put on a hell of a show. Mayweather looks like he cares enough to talk with Haney and publicly make videos about this, make these chat interviews, these one-on-ones, and all that, the hate and the jealousy. You could see there's drama there, and some of it's legit for sure. But Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, should step aside and take Floyd Mayweather in some way in his corner, in his camp. Even Floyd could promote him and just work this out and utilize Floyd Mayweather's knowledge, his boxing skills. Maybe, get in there and spar with him secretly, show him some tricks in the ring. And just, he was already giving advice in one of the videos I watched. He says Devin Haney throws a jab kind of like an amateur way. Instead of throwing it from the inside, in here, he's throwing it like out to the side, his jab. And Haney's really good with his jab. I mean, they got him this far. If he can improve on it and do what Floyd Mayweather says and utilize that and tighten up his defense and tighten up his jab, and turn on his punches where they can be more powerful, he can be that much of a better fighter, and he can ultimately go on to, come back and win his fights. It's just one loss. Ryan Garcia lost. Now Haney lost, but it's the way he lost, right? The way he lost. It takes years off a fighter's career. There's definitely damage there. Just like the way Crawford beat Spence. He took a lot out of Spence on that fight. But he will come back. Devin Haney will redeem himself. And his dad's got to stop making it about him, man. This is just crazy with this dad drama. It's just silly. It's really silly. It makes boxing look bad, too. It's silly. You should get in there, work out what you have to work out with Floyd Mayweather, put your pride aside, and get Floyd Mayweather in that camp immediately. If not Mayweather, get someone. Roy Jones. Get someone in there that is a professional or was a professional fighter that has a deep boxing background. A Freddie Roach, I'll take. He needs to get someone in there and work this out, and he will go on to have big fights and continue to rebuild his career after this loss. It's not the end of the world for Devin Haney, but he did take a beating. But I would say, hey, let's take another fight. Let's take a tune-up type fight, give someone a shot at the title, and then go in there for a big name again. He has to come back psychologically from a loss like this. It's definitely going to plague an athlete, especially a professional fighter that was essentially knocked down so many times, whereas before he was never knocked out like this in the ring publicly. Now, I don't know what goes on in sparring, but he was definitely out. I mean, that one knockdown was so devastating. He was out, and he had the inner strength to get up and go on. It's just really something else to see. Devin Haney is definitely a really, really, really good fighter. And don't even try it if you're trying to sit here and, oh, you said this and that. Listen, I didn't give a prediction on his fight before, but I'm going to be straight up. I would have predicted Devin Haney would have won. Just calling it like it is. I would have predicted that Devin Haney. I'm really out of touch because I was making videos about Jake Paul and Tyson. I overlooked this whole fight. I didn't even know. I was just so busy with work and stuff. I didn't even know. It was off my radar. I got a spoiler alert. It just came up in my feed with boxing. I was like, whoa, I watched the highlights. I was like, damn, really? Anyway, I'm looking forward to Deontay Wilder. I'm a big Wilder fan. I want to see him come back with a win. Anyway, we'll talk about that. What's up, everybody? Live from New York. Well, not live. I'm recording it live in my car right now. I got some time. I just want to talk about Joe Rogan. Jake Paul, just read the article. Joe Rogan says, you don't lose that much ability. I just read the article on bjpenn.com or bjpenn something, some MMA website. I don't know if any of it's true because everything's clickbait nowadays. You get not 100% of the truth on anything. So assuming Joe Rogan said this is my opinion. First of all, it's a fake sham fight. Number one, love Tyson, love the man. He shouldn't even be in there in the ring with Jake Paul at this stage of the game after all the money he's made. But yes, he needs, I guess, more money. So he's going to be in there, do an exhibition bout. And don't forget, Kevin McBride, Tyson's last fight, in his 30s. Tyson was in his 30s and was gassed, basically a cab driver, an unknown entity named Kevin McBride. And even before that, he lost to someone else and a few others. beat him. You guys don't understand. Tyson's almost 60. Yes, you don't lose your power. George Foreman was in his mid-40s when he captured the world heavyweight title. But Joe Rogan doesn't know everything. Just because Joe Rogan, if he said that, he doesn't, Joe Rogan, don't forget, he doesn't know boxing. He knows MMA, the intricacies of MMA, of course. Gotta give him that. But Joe Rogan doesn't know everything. He was so wrong with Ronda Rousey. Overhyped her. He felt it was the coming of something amazing. Oh my God, we're watching like an Ali type moment. I'm paraphrasing. Hyped it all up. Joe Rogan couldn't have been more wrong. This one trick pony, Ronda Rousey, would grab an arm, and what happened? A former professional female boxer known as Holly Holm dominated her, dismantled her, exposed her, beat her down. Joe Rogan doesn't know a hell of a lot about everything when it comes to boxing. I'm just saying. So first of all, he's friends with Tyson. Is he gonna be honest? I don't know, because he lets people talk about proven hoaxers talk about they saw a flying saucer from aliens, and he lets them go on and on because it's all about money. You understand? It's all about money. Of course, he doesn't want to tell everybody, hey, I don't believe in this and this and that, and this guy's lying, and he's not going to ask the hard questions on shows when he got like a Bob Lazar or this Travis Walton guy talking about UFOs. So what I'm saying is Joe Rogan's getting his money. He's not going to, even if he knows they're telling a lie on his show, he's going to let them go on with these individuals. So my point is, he doesn't, just because he's saying Mike Tyson's going to go in there and somehow knock out a not that great of a fighter, professional, who fights middle-aged retirees, and he gets in there and fights Tommy Fury, who is a professional boxer, who's an average professional boxer, and he loses his first fight because he actually fought someone that was around his age, no surprise, and an actual professional boxer. So Tyson, my point is, Mike Tyson at almost 60 years old on that fight night, do you think it's going to be real? You think Mike Tyson, those clips, little clips, you think he's not going to run out of gas? If this Paul guy really wanted to, if it's real, he could just dance around the ring and run from him, tie him up and run. Tie him up, hold, run. Tyson will be exhausted. He will be exhausted. George Foreman, rope-a-dope. George Foreman in his prime fought Muhammad Ali, a hell of a puncher. Muhammad Ali got out of the way. I am no way comparing Jake Paul, a YouTube wannabe professional great boxer, to Muhammad Ali, but I'm just saying. George Foreman basically got gassed because he fell into, Ali would lay on the ropes doing what was coined as the rope-a-dope that night. So you could probably even outrun Tyson if you had basic boxing skills. Dare I say, an average C+ fighter like a Tommy Fury would beat Mike Tyson if it was a serious fight, because they would just have to avoid him. Because again, I have to remind you, Joe Rogan just overlooked this in the article I read. I didn't hear him say anything about it. Maybe he did. I don't know, because I didn't watch his podcast. But if he did say this, he's overlooking the fact that Mike Tyson's last professional bouts in his 30s, he couldn't get out of 3 rounds without being gassed. So he couldn't do anything. He just basically fell on himself because he was so tired. So this fight is just a big sham. In my opinion, it's not legit. It stinks. It stinks. I know it's going to sell a hell of a lot of fights. I get it. A lot of buys or whatever. People looking to buy Netflix, get the subscription. That's what it's all about. But in my humble opinion, none of this is real. It's like wrestling. It's like the WWE. Don't you understand this? It's like the WWE. You're going to get a circus. So just Jake Paul guy, he's in his 20s. Where if you were in your 20s and you were training, even in your 30s, you feel like a superhero. You feel like nothing can beat you because you have that energy. He's got energy. And Joe Rogan also mentioned in this article that Tyson's using all these great, amazing new techniques in training. But does he mention that the guy is, this is his personal life. He's puffing away. You know what I'm talking about. Puffing all sorts of things. And he's on types of some exotics. You know what I mean? Without saying it. This guy is going to come in there against a 27-year-old guy, and even in a sparring session, because that's what, in my opinion, it is, a sparring session, and people think that somehow Tyson, which is possible. It is possible, because he always carried that power, that he can land one punch and knock Paul out, which is very possible, because his power is the last thing to go. So Jake Paul needs to run, tie him up, And then if it's an agreement behind the scenes, like, hey, we're not going to do this for real, because nobody knows what they're talking about. They could be texting, laughing about this right now as I'm talking right now. But anyway, I think the fight is not legit. Of course it's not. They announced it's an exhibition for a reason. It's only 2-minute rounds. And I think you're going to just get another circus event for money. Tyson's not fighting a guy his own age like he did last time with Roy Jones Jr. or someone in the age range of 50s. He's fighting a guy that is literally in his 20s and he's almost touching 60. This is crazy. Anyway, talking about crazy, the earthquake, real off topic, real quick. It was crazy yesterday. The earthquake happened. I don't know when I'm putting this video up, hopefully like it today. It was nuts because this earthquake, I thought it was base at first. And I'm like, oh, it's not base. It's not a truck and it's not a plane. Then I thought the worst. Oh my God. You know, with the world the way it is it a blast, so to speak, coming towards us, the shock wave? And then I said to my wife, oh no, this is an earthquake. It's an earthquake. I figured it out. It took me like 10, 15 seconds maybe, and then I figured it out. Her plants were shaking. The cabinet was shaking, really crazy. Thankfully, it wasn't as bad as, it could have been like in other parts of the world, and hopefully it doesn't ever, that big one doesn't hit New York, because if it happened once, it could always come back and, buildings can get dropped, so to speak, because of a major earthquake. If you get one small one, just saying, it happened once, it could happen again. Hopefully it doesn't happen in my lifetime or any time, but we'll see what happens with that. But once again, this fight, I know I posted about it before. I just want to say it's not legit in my opinion, and it's a big deal. When you got Mike Tyson going back in the ring and fighting a 20-something-year-old, it's a big deal. And it's just not cool. It's something that's just not right about it. I'm glad he's making money, of course, but this is just not legit. I cannot see this as a legit fight or even take it seriously. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'll be back in another one. I'm out.